Yo YouTube! Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the stories behind the heroes, the legends, and the icons that shaped pop culture as we know it. And today? Oh man, today we're talking about a queen, a goddess, a literal force of nature. Today we're talking about Storm, one of the most powerful mutants to ever walk the earth. Buckle up, because this one's gonna be wild. They say when Storm gets mad, the sky answers, the winds howl, the heavens roar, lightning tears across the sky like the world's trying to split in two. And somewhere beneath that chaos stands a woman with white hair and eyes glowing like a storm about to break. Her name is Ororo Munroe, but to the world, she is Storm. Born to a tribal princess from Kenya and an American photojournalist, Ororo's story doesn't start in a lab or on an alien planet. Nah, she was born in Harlem, New York, but her destiny, that was always going to be global. When Ororo was just a child, her parents were tragically killed in a bombing in Cairo. She was buried in the rubble with their bodies. That trauma? It left her with extreme claustrophobia, a detail that sticks with her throughout her life. From there, she lived as a street thief in Egypt, surviving with cunning and instinct. But here's the twist. While she was just hustling to stay alive, something bigger was bubbling beneath the surface. She was a mutant, and not just any mutant. This girl had the power to control the freaking weather. And then when she fell into the Serengeti desert and something incredible happened, the locals saw her power. She called the rains, tamed the winds, and summoned the sun itself. They thought she was a literal goddess. And honestly, can you blame them? Now fast forward a bit. Professor Charles Xavier, yeah, the dude with the hover chair and a heart of gold, tracks her down. He offers her a spot on a new team of mutants, the X-Men. And from the jump, Storm wasn't just another face in a crowd. She was a leader, a protector, a force. She replaced Cyclops' field leader at one point. Yeah, that's how much Charles believed in her. And trust me, that wasn't some pity promotion. She earned every bit of it. Storm didn't just bring raw power. She brought grace, wisdom, and that queen-like presence that made you straighten up just being in the same room. She became a moral compass for the team. Someone who could calm Wolverine's rage, challenge Xavier's ideals, and still be the one to charge headfirst into battle when it mattered most. Alright, now let's get to the meat and potatoes, the question everyone's really here for. Just how powerful is Storm? Let me put it like this. She doesn't influence the weather. She dominates it. Storm has complete psionic control over every atmospheric condition on Earth. And I'm talking everything from lightning, wind, rain, snow, pressure, systems, fog, even electromagnetic fields. If there's a shift in the air, Storm can feel it and bend it to her will. She's not just summoning a little breeze. She can bring down Category 5 hurricanes like it's nothing. She can shut down entire cities with a blizzard. She once flash froze a battlefield in seconds and knocked out a squad of sentinels like they were flies at a picnic. And that lightning? It's not just light show theatrics. She's taken down foes as strong as the Hulk with a single blast. And here's the real kicker. Storm doesn't need a storm to already exist. She can create one out of nothing. Clear skies, sunny day. Doesn't matter. With a thought, she can bring the thunder. But it ain't just about storms and lightning. What makes Ororo terrifying and majestic is how deeply connected she is to the planet. She once said, "I am one with the earth. The earth is one with me." And that's not just poetic fluff. Her powers are tied to the biosphere, meaning she can feel changes in the environment on a molecular level. She can sense when someone's lying because their body temperature changes. She can manipulate air pressure in someone's lungs. Yeah, she could literally make you pass out mid-sentence if she wanted to. And it gets crazier. She's even manipulated solar wands in space. Read that again. She controls space weather. That's beyond Omega level. That's God tier mutant stuff. Some Marvel writers and official profiles have placed her firmly in the Omega level mutant category, which is Marvel speak for don't mess with this woman unless you got a death wish. Let's talk leadership. Storm has led more X-Men teams than almost anyone, including Scott Summers. She's also led her own squads like the Extreme X-Men and the Hellfire Club. Yeah, she flipped that whole thing on his head. And most importantly, she was once the freaking Queen of Wakanda. That's right. She married T'Challa, the Black Panther. It was one of the most powerful unions in Marvel history, the goddess and the king. And while their marriage didn't last forever, her influence in Wakandan politics and mutant relations was game-changing. She's also a cultural icon, a trailblazer, the first black female superhero in mainstream comics. For generations of fans, Storm wasn't just a character. She was a symbol, a representation, proof that a black woman could be fierce, wise, powerful, and yes, absolutely stunning all at once. So yeah, Storm isn't just one of the X-Men. She's not just a weather lady. She's a force of nature with the mind of a leader, the heart of a warrior, and the soul of a goddess. When we talk about power in the Marvel universe, we tend to throw around names like Jean Grey, Scarlet Witch, Thor, and that's fair. But never forget that Storm is right there with them, holding the skies in her hands, calm and composed, ready to bring down the storm if she has to. She doesn't need to scream to be feared. She doesn't need to glow red to be respected. She stands silent and still, and the heavens move around her. If you made it this far, you're officially one of the real ones. So let me ask you, what's your favorite Storm moment in comics or film? Drop it in the comments below. And hey, if you're feeling the vibe, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a deep dive like this. We've got more mutant breakdowns coming soon, and trust me, you don't want to miss them. Until next time, keep your head in the clouds but your feet grounded. Peace out, fam.